Mic check. Mic check, 1, 2. I think we're good. What's up, beautiful people? BTC Backpacker here, and BTC who?
Anonymous.
Anonymous is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going on a little walk. Not too far. Just get the blood flowing. But man, what a wonderful day. Nice and cool out. And it's a great day to stack some sats. As you well know, always earn, have more Satoshis today than you did yesterday. And there's no excuses. No excuses, guys. Find the change in your couch, search through your car, sell some junk, mow someone's lawn. There's no excuses why you shouldn't be stacking harder today. No excuses. So, with that being said, man, so I was thinking, you know, like you guys know, I'm not an overly technical person. I'm not the most technical channel. I'm not going to break down the scientific method of anything on this channel because, as you guys all know, we treat this as a journal, a vlog, our thoughts. And we put our thoughts into a digital format to share with you wonderful people, to get our thoughts out there and hopefully get some positive feedback. Now, with that being said, I wanted to talk about Bitcoin, traditional finance market, banks, usernames and passphrases. So, something I want to touch base on is I want to touch base on the vulnerabilities that we have within the traditional system of usernames and passwords. See, usernames and passwords have been around for a little bit, but they're highly vulnerable and insecure, and far less superior than what we use in Bitcoin, which is a seed phrase, 12 or 24 words, multi-sig, and also protected by SHA-256 encryption. And to those of you out there who are don't know much about Bitcoin or anything of what I just said, hopefully this helps you out a little bit. At least it'll give you enough information to do the research yourself, because I'm a big proponent of doing your own research. Don't trust, verify, and educating yourself, because no matter what anybody tells you or tries to teach you or educate you on, at the end of the day, it's up for you to do the work yourself. Do your due diligence. Educate yourself, because we know that education is the most valuable thing we could be doing for ourselves. Knowledge is power, guys. Okay? So, when you think of the traditional system with usernames and passwords, and I can almost guarantee that everybody watching this has had some type of a phishing attempt, or a breach, or they've compromised your password or usernames, or hell, even been hacked. That's a major vulnerability. Okay? And we're still using that to this day. The traditional finance markets, your banks, and everything you use today, 90% of it is a username and a password, which you have to change damn near every month because of some vulnerability or some phishing attempt. Basically what that means is they will either compromise or try to get you to click on particular links or email or attachments within your email. And then once they get access to that and hijack that, or it'll send you out to another page where you're entering credentials in, because they've gotten to look really good compared to how they used to look. And sometimes they're very hard to tell. So those are substantial vulnerabilities that can leave you at risk, and even go as far as identity theft. And that's a whole nother animal, guys. You don't want to play that game. That haunts people for sometimes their whole life, or a good portion of it. And it just brings a unfortunate stress that you don't need in your life, because, you know, as we well know, life is going to give us problems enough as is, and we don't need to create more for ourselves. So the current system with usernames and passwords is absolutely broken, and I don't think we talk about that enough. See, some people are using Gmail, Yahoo, and other various servers, is essentially what they are. They're centralized. So they're absolutely not secure. Now you have things like Proton and some other ones that I've not really experimented much with. And this is something I'm going to be planning on doing in 2026, is really tightening my usernames and passwords and all that information, and making it so it's not so vulnerable. That's definitely on the 2026 agenda. Now, along with that, I also want to see if there's other forms of protections that we can take that use some type of a cryptography to give us a more security. I don't know if that exists as of yet, but I'm definitely going to be deep diving into that a little more. So those are the vulnerabilities. We all know this, and we know that it's an issue, but what are we doing about it? What are you doing about it? We just continue to change our passcodes, you know, and keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again. So when hackers come, or quantum computing, which is the big paranoia for most Bitcoiners, which I think is the least of your worries, to be honest. I know that's debatable. A lot of people won't agree with that, but and they might not like that, but I don't care. I'm saying it. And if you have an issue with it, let me know in the comments. Once quantum computing comes, or anything of that sort, they're going to go for the low-hanging fruit, guys. They're going to go for the emails, okay? The things that are easily, you can just pluck off the tree. When you go to a tree that's bearing fruit, do you pluck the fruit from the top of the tree? When you paint a house, is it easier to paint down low? Right? Okay? You're going to go for the low-hanging fruit, the vulnerabilities, the things that are easy to crack and break, that are already broken. So, when quantum computing does come out to be whatever it's going to be, whenever it's going to be, we don't even know if it's going to be in our lifetime. We don't know if it'll ever even happen. We don't know. We'll tackle that as we go. We'll do what we need to do, and cross that bridge as it comes. Now, Bitcoin, SHA-256, encryption that's used by the government, just one of the forms. 12 to 24 word C phrases, and NPUBs, or Nsecs. NPUB is your public name, and Nsec is your private security key. Those are used through protocols. Nostr is a protocol, not much different than what emails are. It's a decentralized platform that's run by different relays, similar to Bitcoin and nodes. So there's no centralized server. Once 1 or 2 or 10 or 20 or however many get taken down, there's another one to fill its gap. So that's security. And that is a very powerful thing, ladies and gentlemen. That is something that that's the new technology, and not even, actually, you know what? Hell, it's not really new. It's just never been implemented on a scale that is being implemented now by us, the people. Governments have been using this for quite some time. It's nothing new to them. So we really need to take a step back from a centralization, move into more of a decentralized angle of things to give ourselves more privacy, more security. Bitcoin works, and your security on Bitcoin, your Bitcoin is transacted through the blockchain, right? Every 10 minutes, a new block comes out. So you're getting a self-audit. Every 10 minutes is self-auditing, which is phenomenal. I mean, it's amazing the way that it works. We don't even think about it. It's just self-auditing all the time. Now, when your Bitcoin's on the blockchain, or you take your Bitcoin and you put it in a wallet, you have the opportunity to store it in something that is centralized or decentralized. When you own your keys, your seed phrase, you own your coin. When you own that, it's yours. It's nobody else's. And unless they have that seed phrase, which sometimes you'll have a seed phrase 12 to 24. Sometimes you can add an additional password depending on what services you're using. That is not within your 12 to 24 words. And nobody will know that. Only you will know that. Slight vulnerability in case you decide to get Dementro one day and forget about it, or don't write it down somewhere or tell somebody. But it is an added layer of security. We're not going to get into multi-sig. That gets a little more technical. In theory, yes, it's a little more secure, but it's definitely multiple steps that you have to take. And for an individual, if you're new, it could be very overwhelming. So, getting back to the seed phrase and how Bitcoin is on the blockchain. Bitcoin's phenomenal because it has limited supply of 21 million, which we as well know that damn near 5 million of that is lost forever. There's a debate. It could be a little more, a little less. But there's a substantial amount lost forever. And every time someone loses their seed phrases or loses their Bitcoin, it makes our Bitcoin more valuable. It's an unfortunate reality for them. But for us, it makes our Bitcoin more valuable. So that's number one. Number two is going to be the seed phrase. The seed phrase is, as we just discussed, is substantially important. Not your keys, not your coin, guys. Okay, substantially. And then we also have the difficulty adjustment, which works in tandem with every 10 minutes doing a new block coming out. And when miners, they come through and they mine these Bitcoin blocks, and this is all energy based, guys. So they're mining, and so when you get the difficulty adjustment, because sometimes these miners will kick up and they're kicking ass and blocks are coming out really fast. The 10-minute isn't exact; it's give or take a little bit, but that difficulty adjustment helps keep that 10-minute range true. So there's really checks and balances. It's kind of like a triangular effect within Bitcoin that was phenomenally put together by Satoshi Nakamoto. And if you haven't read the white paper, you need to read it. That's part of doing your work and understand it. So we have, guys, a very interesting time we're living in, where we have an asset or a money. Now, we don't call it investing in Bitcoin, at least I don't. I call it savings. And some people will call it an asset or a digital asset, which, yeah, it is. But per the white paper and for what I believe this was intended for, this was intended to be a money. Something as a peer-to-peer transaction between parties, individuals, without intermediaries. We have to ask for permission, get taxed upon a transaction. We say no, because we say no to taxation, which is theft. Taxation was supposed to be temporary. Now it's permanent, and they tax you on anything and everything they could possibly tax you on. If it's a transaction, if it's going from point A to B to C to D, whatever, it's tax, 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 tax. Your income is taxed. Outgoing is taxed. You wake up, you're taxed. You go to the bathroom, you're taxed. You wipe your ass, you're taxed. You're taxed for everything, okay? And we're not going to take that no more. We were blessed and given something so wonderful that we need to start utilizing, and we need to continue not only utilizing this and buying and stacking, sharing the word, but also creating a circular economy. See, I think it's also important for us to transact in Bitcoin, and it's okay to spend and replace. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Buying a cup of coffee with Bitcoin, it's not the end of the world. It's all right. Because you're creating an economy, a circular economy. You see these baristas, these people who are accepting Bitcoin. Instead of just thinking you're just buying a coffee, you're buying a coffee, but you're seeing other people in line behind you, in front of you, the person that's selling it to you, making it for you. You're tipping them. you're spreading the word because they're seeing it actually happen. That is powerful. So I think that's something that needs to really, we need to break that stigma of you just stack and you don't spend it all. I'm not saying you're going to go buy your cars and everything with your Bitcoin, but you know, these small transactions and purchases are okay. You guys are going to be all right. Now we got Cynthia Lummis coming out with that bill. I read a little further into it. And the thing that in a nutshell really entices me in that bill is that doing the no taxation on spending your Bitcoin on purchases of under $200. Now, I know some people might say that, you know, oh, we don't pay taxes and this and that, and I get it. I'm keep a little tight lip on my tight lip on that one. I'm not going to show my full hand and what I think on that exactly. I think you guys might know, but for the most part, when you, from a tax standpoint, I'm not a tax professional. This is not financial advice, ladies and gentlemen. When you buy your Bitcoin, whether that be through Strike, River, okay, Bitcoin Well, don't use exchanges. The hell with them. They're crooks. Don't trust them, and don't keep your money on exchanges, ladies and gentlemen. Hot wallet or cold storage. No matter what. No matter what. When you purchase your Bitcoin and you keep it in Bitcoin, and even if you pay in Bitcoin and that Bitcoin doesn't go back to the fiat dollar or a currency, that's not a taxable event. Now, like I said, do your due diligence, do your research. Another thing is, if you take your Bitcoin that you've purchased, but you buy Ethereum or XRP or any other shitcoin out there, that is a complete fucking abomination of everything. It shouldn't even be here. But we got to have morons in the game. Low IQ people. Moon boys. Soy boys. That's a taxable event. So, but do your research. Don't take my word for it. Do your self audits like we discussed. I think it's really important that we do our own research, guys. We have AI, we have the internet, we have all these financial tools at our disposal, all this information available that we could be utilizing. So it's important to do your own research. So that's kind of just everything summed up. We want to ditch the old system, come to the new system. We want to ditch the usernames and passwords. We want to come into MPubs, Nsecs, seed phrases. And we want to find ways to implement these and utilize these to the best of our ability for security purposes. Encrypt your work, guys. There's tons of encryption software out there that is so easily used that you can use. You can write messages, encrypt it, send it to somebody, and if you give them the password or they know it, they can decrypt that message and read it. And although you may think that may be a doomsday scenario, it's still good to know, because knowledge is power, and knowing how to do these things, although you may not use them right now, are highly, highly important to know. And that's just part of educating yourself. Okay. So, anyways, I'm here with this guy, VTC Anonymous, in the house. He's over here acting shy. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's going on?
Just walking.
Yeah?
Yes.
BTC Anonymous just put together a pinball machine, and it was really cool. So we'll show some videos of that. He just finished it. We worked on it yesterday. We're about 3 hours into it. That's how long it took. And it was very fun. We had a great time doing it. And we did it yesterday, and we finished dinner, put it away, and finished it up this morning. So that's good to go. Kids are having fun on that. But anyways, be genuine, guys. Love yourself. Do your research. Be aware of security. And stay humble and stack those sats, no matter what. Strike down below, my referral. You should be buying every hour on the hour. Up here somewhere. I don't know what side it is. I got a QR code, and I'm always open to accepting to any love that you guys are willing to give, as it helps power the channel, along with you individuals being here listening to me jabber. You guys definitely don't go unnoticed. Love you guys. And down below, if you have any questions, comments, like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon, you know, all that fun, good stuff. And until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.
What a real life can do. Mic check 1, 2, yeah, that will do. Family time, gotta make a move, bringing the life smooth groove. Our time is through, but I'll be back soon, bringing the life smooth groove. Keep it real, straight from the heart, love just the start.